Congratulations to the Ohio State Buckeyes for winning another national championship behind some great offensive and defensive performances. But the real story to this national championship run comes on the offensive line. Donovan Jackson, playing left guard for most of the season and the beginning 3 seasons of his career at Ohio State, forced into action after Josh Simmons goes out for the year. The improvements that he made throughout the season and throughout the college football playoffs, leading to what was a real strength for the Ohio State offense after his transformation from left guard to left tackle. Let's dive into the tape of Donovan Jackson throughout the playoffs and really talk about why he's going to be a player to keep your eyes on, not just for this draft process, but for a potential making a switch to left tackle in the NFL. I think this is a guy you can actually play and start at left tackle early on. You want to see what he's going to give you in the run game. He is a masher. He's a mauler, best in double teams and power concepts. He does have good enough ability and agility in zone to get the job done, to get out there, really turn guys loose. But what he does well is he plays with good pad level and form. He does have a little bit of a tendency to get up over his skis a little bit. You see, he is trying to drive. That's normal, especially when you get underneath your defenders like this. He does have good pad level. He carries through, and he does a really nice job of turning right there. He takes control of encounters and torques defenders off to the side one way or the other, and he really takes control of that outing and whatever it is that he's able to do here. So you get a little bit of guard and Y pull, little guard Y counter here. Those guys are coming off this way. You're going to see Donovan Jackson here. One of the things that I would like to point out is that he does have more of a scoop technique at times with his arms where they come out and up underneath. But when he has that good pad level, again, coming up through and he can lift, and you can see how he does kind of get the arm of that defender right there just around the arm socket in the shoulder pad. But he's able to turn into a wall. Somebody that your offense can run behind, run around, especially when you got lead blockers coming out in front. So from a technique and a power perspective, he has a fantastic ability to take control of those encounters and really get after it. And you can tell based off of his footwork that he feels more comfortable getting vertical upfield, helping down right here. You see again from that left side, he's going to help block initially here, but then watch his eyes as he's able to get to the next level. You want to see his eyes move into the second level, those linebackers, where he's going to see another person coming around. And that's where, again, you see number 2 and number 28 shift around. They come off this way. They're coming to their right, and Donovan Jackson's left. But this is what you want to see. Just real quickly, you see you right there. There's the eyes. He's helping down block initially here. Eyes are picking up number 28, so he can come off of number 52, let the guard take control of that, and then boom, he's right there, and he's going to start pushing him upfield as well. So that's the real factor with him. Double teams to the second level. He's a very good athlete. You can pull him at tackle. You can pull him at guard. It doesn't matter. He's got really good athletic ability to be able to get out in space and really get up to the second level very quickly and be an impact player. Here you have a little bit of a pitch where he's more running an outside zone type of feel with his feet. And this can be a little bit of a problem for him where it's more false steps. And overall, when you have those false steps in an offensive play, they put you behind the 8 ball. So here you're going to watch his right foot take a little bit of a false step initially, and it's going to put him behind that 8 ball, right? You see right there as he gets off the line right here. Now he's having to really try to engage out to his left, and that is where the defensive end is able to get out initially in front of him. Fortunately for Donovan, the chip help right there from the tight end comes through, and then he's able to get over and around and take control of that block and get to the next level. So overall, just from that zone blocking perspective, he's going to have a little bit of false step here and there, but he still has the quickness to get out when he's not false stepping. And then really, when you get a little bit of help, he can take control of that pretty quickly and get over where he's trying to go. And right here, you can really see how he's getting up to the next level. He does a good job lining up those second level blocks. And what this guy does, he's actually moving across the offensive line because he sees the runner coming around. He sees Emeka Egbuka coming across, so he tries to get over there to the right. And Donovan Jackson does a great job of connecting with him, staying on that block for a little bit and taking him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So he's out of the play before he even knows it. So you see how quickly he can get upfield. And again, with those eyes, he sees these different players coming through, and he's able to see number 56 get off of this, and really quickly as he's coming off to that, again, coming off this way, Donovan does a great job getting up to that second level. Boom. You see how he's almost like a triangle right there. He just goes inside and then connects. with number 56 and getting him off that ball. And then he's 7 yards behind line of scrimmage before he even realizes. So right there, he comes over, boom, catches him, puts his head down, and that's where you see a little bit of that top-heavy lean, and that's where he can get in trouble with the top heaviness, right? When you're always having your body weight over in front of you, defensive linemen, defensive edges, they can all kind of use that against you, pull you through, or maybe shed the block a little bit. By the time he's even off of that block, he's 7 yards away from the play. So it's to no effect, really, for the most part. So for a run blocker, I think he's best fit is a gap power scheme, but he will run some zone concepts. He's good at it still. He's athletic enough to make it. He can get to the sideline. We just got to work on those false steps here and there where he's not putting himself behind a player who's setting the edge for an outside zone or a pitch or something like that. So when we see the real improvements in his game, it's come from being a pass protector. Now, if you go back and watch him against Abdul Carter against Penn State, he was still figuring out what he was going to do, right? And Abdul Carter is also the best pass rusher in this class by a large margin. So we want to take into that a little bit of grain of salt, but watching him as he's gone throughout this postseason, you see how he's developed from the pass sets. He will throw in an aggressive set every now and then, but for the most part, it's 45, and then he'll have like a vertical set like this. It's not a perfect 100% vertical set, like he's not going straight back, but for the most part, you can see that left foot kind of comes back at an angle, but then he drops almost immediately backward, just kind of opening his hips a little bit. And then he's got fantastic awareness, stunts, eyes, his head's always on a swivel, and then there's that inside hand. Playing guard, he wants a little bit of help from his tackle too. So always you see that arm come out first on the step. Boom, right there, arm comes out just in case, right? Eyes over, hands come up with the hand carriage. Boom, he's there. He's in good position. And then he's going to wait. All right, drop that foot. Number 44 comes around. Boom, and then this defense tackle, is here. And he's just going to take right over. Boom, good eyes, and he's able to put a punch right in the chest of 56, takes over that command. So all in all, what we see from a stunt and athletic pass set perspective, he's got very good tools, and that translates from guard to tackle. And as he's gotten more used to being the solo guy on the outside and having to get back to his proper depth, we really notice that he's gotten more comfortable, and it looks so much smoother than it did earlier. Obviously, when you play 3 years at guard, then you have Josh Simmons come in and he takes over as the starter. I mean, he always could have played a little bit of tackle, but we're seeing right now him develop into this guy that can actually play it as a standalone tackle and not just someone like Joe Thuney in the NFL who can do it every now and then. Granted, he's doing it right now for Kansas City for multiple games and holding up rather well. But the technique, the length is there too. And then he has some really good anchor, the power that he has in his core to be able to take a guy like this who's going speed to power and kind of crunch down on it right there. You see, again, hands a little bit low. And when you scoop around, when you have that scoop set, right, when your arms are out and instead of jabs, they kind of come up together and around, they can get outside on the shoulders a little bit. So hand location is something that he needs to improve on, as well as if he's going to continue to play tackle. But what you see here again is that he's going to put his feet back in the dirt, that little hop right there that you saw right there. And then he's going to kind of crunch down on that player. And then boom, he's able to kind of take over, pull up, crunch down, and it's over from that position where he's able to absorb that power and contact and taking that little hop step, reestablishing himself with his anchor and redistributing that boom. And there's his feet in. And there, the encounter is over. The engagement is over. He's able to take over completely. So just all those different things that he has. He's very patient as well. And I sometimes it will be at a negative to offensive linemen who are too patient, especially with hands that can be down a little bit outside of his control. But watch how he takes on the spin move. Very patient, kind of waiting for him to get to that spin move. And outside of Will Howard moving outside the pocket and opening up that lane for the rusher, this is a win for Donovan Jackson 100% of the time. Again, good attack outside, boom, feet come out this way, and then his hands are ready to go. He kind of flashes a little bit, kind of moves his right hand a little bit just to try to force number 8 to kind of come in at him. So what we see here, he attacks inside, comes outside and tries to spin back to the inside. And Donovan does a nice job here, again, moving his hips with his shoulders, his hands, and being patient enough. Doesn't let this inside arm right here come around and spike him, which is what you want to do as a spin move. You want to come back and spike, and you want to put it right in between the arm and the ribs. Just kind of find a couple of ribs and hit inside there. Then you're going to be able to use that to pry open the tackle or the guard, whoever it is you're rushing against, to get inside. He's unable to do so. You see that outside hand strike on the shoulder pads there too. So the patience, the footwork, the athletic ability to go laterally is where you see him moving with those hips, bracing himself in and outside with his feet, his footwork staying under him, not getting too overbearing, too over and top heavy with that, but being patient and waiting for that spin move right there. Again, really nice job keeping himself underneath with his legs coming through, fights inside there, and then back to the outside. Again, if Will Howard wasn't coming out to his left because of some more pressure, you probably see this not even being an issue with number 8 being able to collect to the quarterback at any point in the engagement. So all that being said, there are the tools there. I think with the length, when I'm watching him, he looks like he has the requisite length to be a tackle in the NFL as well. And when you combine that with all of the physical tools and the athletic tools that he has, I do think there's a real upside here for him to be able to take that next step and develop more into a legitimate tackle already. I had a first round grade on him as a guard coming into the season. So he already has the ability, in my opinion, to be a legitimate guard. So if you start him off at tackle, then you can really develop that plan, that path there. And if it doesn't work, all right, you already have a legitimate, in my opinion, Pro Bowl level caliber player on the inside. So the one thing we talked about, his top heaviness, right? When you're a little top heavy and your strikes can land on the outside, you open your chest, right? Open your chest to that rusher who comes in, gives you that back push, right? Push power and then push pull, and you're right through. We saw that on the disengagement earlier in the run game where the defense tackle eventually got through. But if it's a rusher, you want to try to jab a little bit better, right? Quicker strikes inside, right? So he's coming inside now. So take control of that. Give him a strike so that you can go ahead and be able to take away that ability to get inside to his chest and pull you around. So just some tweaks again. He's playing his fifth, sixth game, a little bit more at tackle, but still, after 3 years of playing guard, developing this out, getting to this point in the college football playoff is a very, very impressive thing. So overall, I really appreciate the work ethic that we've seen from him to be able to come in, play guard, and then say, I have to play tackle, I have to get better. And we see the ways that he is able to kind of dominate certain pass rushers. Now, I don't think that he faced a truly elite player. James Pierce out of Tennessee is the only guy that has been in first round conversation that he's really gone up against. A couple of out of Texas as well that are going to be good pass rushers. But overall, I think that he's done a very nice job, again, of using his athletic tools, power, and then patience with the ability to be aggressive at times and get after these defenders with his hands and his strength and his core muscles and his ability to really anchor in, but always working with his hands, his feet underneath him. And he's going to be a guy that continues to get better if he wants to get better at tackle. So there, again, nice job into that 45 set here. Hands come up. Initially, he wants to go inside, so there's that strike. Back foot down, right hand strike. That's a very good way to take away that inside move from the pass rusher. It's what he does. He times it very well. He puts that weight down with his back left foot and extends with his right, going inside, keeping that left arm free, and then he's going to bring it in for that help right there, and then he takes over the engagement. Number 8 can't do anything about it. So all in all, for Donovan Jackson, he has all the tools to play tackle or guard, really anywhere you want him to on the offensive line, and you've seen the development, the work ethic really come through in the college football playoff, getting better each and every week to the point where he can actually, in my opinion, play tackle at the next level if he wants to play tackle, and the team drafting him is open to letting him do that. He has the length, the athletic ability, the physical tools, and he is a very good fit in those gap power offenses, but I do think he has the ability to play in zone specific offenses as well. So very unique, versatile player, and teams love that versatile size of the offensive line. So what he's done has been a real focal point for this team, this offense, and the way that they've gotten better as an offensive line with him missing and then having to bring in a new center and new left guard. It's all come together to a fantastic finish for Ohio State. So I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown of Donovan Jackson's game at left tackle. I believe that he's an all-pro. level upside player as a guard, but adding that flexibility to a tackle can really improve his draft stock, and it would not shock me. I think he's going to be a first round player this coming April. Again, you guys have yourselves a great rest of your day. If you're new to the channel here at TDN, please hit that sub button right now, hit the like on the way out, and I'll see you next time.